Hey guys, Chris from Hockey Tutorial here, and today in this video I'm going to be talking about the difference between the new 2X Pro skates, which is the highest spec vapor skate you can get from Bauer, versus the brand new UltraSonics, which is the highest spec that you can get from the Supreme, again of course from Bauer. Now, while there's no nexus, if you've not seen the video already explaining this, that skate has been discontinued as of essentially when these are announced. So these are the two skates that you have to choose from if you're looking at a Bauer skate. Now, if you've seen or heard anything about the new fit system that Bauer offers, it means that being able to go from Vapor, Supreme to Nixus to change the volume of the internal skate so it better fits your feet. In other words, you would go with whichever family of skates best fit your type of foot shape, rather than the one that you maybe wanted or the one that you wanted to go for based on maybe the features that the skate has. That essentially meant that you had to go with a skate that fit your feet the best, rather than maybe the one that you wanted based on the way it looked or maybe based on the performance features that it had. With the new fit system that Bauer have incorporated, that doesn't matter anymore. You can pick between the Supreme and the Vapor based on whichever skate fits your type of play, whether you're that player looking for the skate that's going to help you to optimize on your power and stability, or you're that player that's looking for the skate that's going to help you optimize on your agility and speed on the ice. So let's get into the differences between these two skates. So for those players looking for quickness and agility, it's going to be the Vapor line of skates, in this case the 2X Pro. The Vapor 2X Pro skate is going to be designed for the players that are specifically looking for a skate that's going to tailor for more strides on the ice, faster acceleration and optimal agility. Now, when we look at the Supreme range, in this case it's going to be the UltraSonics, which are targeted at the players that are looking for power and stability. The skate has been engineered and optimized for a longer stride, straight line speed, and also greater stability. So it's a case of being able to identify which characteristics best fit your style of play and the type of player that you are. From there, let's go into more detail about some of the other changes that they've made to the actual features that these two skates have. As a side note, please bear in mind that although the Vapor 2X Pro also now comes in fit 1, 2, and 3, and the Supreme UltraSonic also comes in fit 1, 2, and 3, and if you're to match up the two different fits, if you went for a Vapor in a fit 1 and a Supreme in a fit 1 as well and tried them on, you'd have a very similar fit experience. But of course, the skate's construction, the features that it has, the way it's been designed, the different angles that these skates sit at is going to be different. But the fit, in terms of what parts of the actual foams inside the skate are hugging your feet, is going to be incredibly similar. But this essentially means that there's still a very big reason for you to have two different lines of skates, because not everyone is going to want to go for power and stability. And of course, not everyone is going to want to go for agility and speed. It really depends on what you need as a player. So what's actually different between these two skates? When we start at the bottom, working our way up. Starting off with the 2X Pros, the profile that's been applied to this blade straight out the box would be described as an agility profile. Now, essentially, as it sounds, the profile that's been applied is going to help players be more agile on the ice. If you're unsure of profiling, I'll link a video down below where we go into a lot of detail about what skate blade profiling is. But in short form, it's essentially increasing the contact point between the actual blade and the surface of the ice. That's something that can be adjusted through what is called profiling, which shouldn't be confused with sharpening, which of course applies a hollow to the blade to allow us to have a lot more bite on the ice, or a lot more grip, you could say, or to have a less shallow sharpen, which would allow us to glide better on the ice and have, you could say, not so much grip. So the profile that's been applied is an agility profile. Now, when we look at the profile that's been applied to the UltraSonic skates, in this case from the Supreme range, it's a power profile. A quick way again that I could break this down is when you look at the hockey blade, it could be split into 4 different sections in terms of the blade itself, the actual physical hockey blade. And increasing or decreasing the length of each of these sections through profiling changes the characteristics of the way that that blade will perform on the ice. And this is done through profiling. Video down below if you want a better understanding of exactly how skate profiling works. Now, when we move up into the skates, the UltraSonics over here are using the brand new unibody construction, which is where the outsole wraps around the upper of the skate a lot more than we've seen with a traditional outsole. The way that this differs from the Vapor to the Supreme, in this case the 2X Pro versus the UltraSonic, is with the 2X Pro, the outsole on the 2X Pro is referred to as a torsional flexing outsole, whereas the outsole on the UltraSonics is referred to as a torsionally stiff outsole. So one is flexible, one is stiff. As we move up into the upper sections of the skate and we look at the eyelets around these sections over here on both of the skates, when we look at the 2X Pros, the eyelets, or the way that the skate has been angled in terms of its actual construction and its build, is being referred to as an agile cut. So essentially, the actual shape of the skate and the way that the eyelets with this injected lacing system has been applied to the skate is going to benefit those players that are trying to be more agile on the ice, and that's down to the shape of the skate and the way it sits and puts you in a specific position while you're on the ice. Now, an important point is to mention when we look at the UltraSonics from the Supreme range over here, this is referred to as a power cut. So again, based on the angle that it puts the player and the angle of the cut or the shape of the boot, it's going to complement those powerful players that take long, deep strides on the ice, whereas this one is going to be good for those quick, agile players. And another difference that's important to mention is the injected lacing system featured on the 2X Pro is going to be stiffer than the traditional, you could say, or the flex lacing system that's been applied to the Supreme UltraSonics in this case. Moving up towards the neck of the skate, this is something that you're going to be able to see from a top-down shot of these two skates. The Vapors over here, in this case again the 2X Pros, have an asymmetrical design which has a very big impact on having essentially a bigger surface to push off of on one side of the skate versus another, which again is going to complement those players that are trying to be quick, agile, be able to turn on a dime. Those quick responsive players that tend to do, maybe you could say, a lot more strides on the ice, that try to be as maneuverable as they can, that's where this one's going to really step in because of that asymmetrical design. Whereas the designer of the Supreme UltraSonics is a symmetrical taper, which again is going to benefit those players that are trying to take advantage of those big, powerful, deep and long strides. So the UltraSonics over here are power and control, and then the Vapor 2X Pros over here are quickness and agility. The last thing that we're going to be looking at is going to be the tendons. When we look at the Vapor 2X Pro tendon, that has you could say a standard tendon that is pretty stiff, but it's as supportive as you would expect from a skate of this range. Now, when we move over onto the UltraSonics from the Supreme range, it has a flexible tendon, which is going to really complement those players that are trying to get a deep, long stride on the ice. Again, power and control. So hopefully, in a nutshell, that helps to shed a little bit of insight into how the different constructions of these skates will affect your performance on the ice and are tailored to different types of players. But now, because of Bauer's new fit system, the 1-2-3 fit, you don't have to think because you have a narrow foot, you have to go Vapor, and if you have a slightly wider foot, you have to go Supreme. That doesn't matter anymore. You're essentially able to pick the skate that is best going to complement you and your performance on the ice as a player. So as always, guys, a big thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If you want more information on the new fit system from Bauer, there'll be a video and also a podcast episode linked down below in the video description where we go into much more detail about it, as well as the video explaining the differences between the 2S Pro and also the brand new UltraSonic skates. All of those will be linked down below in the video description. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our videos. And of course, if you want to pick these skates up, link down below in the video description. Thank you for watching, guys, and take care till next time.